to make red lentil soup. Welcome to Cook Vegan, I'm Farah and I'm going to show you how to make this super easy, nutritious, delicious recipe very quickly. So first of all, we've got our pan here. Now I'm just going to turn that up to full heat so that we can do this quickly, and I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil. Again, I always say if you're trying to avoid oil, no problem. You could do this with just a bit of water, vegetable stock or white wine. So I'll just swizzle that around. And I've got here my ingredients, I'll put that on the side. So I have here one whole onion, I'm going to throw that in, and two roughly chopped cloves of garlic, and about, I'd say this is about 2.5 inches of ginger. Again, peeled and chopped roughly. Now I'm just mixing that around in the olive oil. You can see that I just, how do they say in the expression, guessed it with the olive oil. I didn't measure exactly. As long as the bottom of the pan is coated, I'm going to turn this down so that nothing burns. I'll put that on a medium heat now. And I'm moving this around. So the onion's now sweating, the ginger is smelling all nicely, the garlic is coming out, and it's pretty quickly changing colour. And it's going to that beautiful golden colour that we want, yellowish. So I'll mix that around there. Okay, and that's still going to continue now to cook. So you see it was all very quick. I'm going to add, this is 1 carrot again, diced. So we'll put that carrot in here. So there we go, and I'm just coating that now with all the flavors and a little bit of olive oil. So you see it's not being deep fried. There's not a lot of olive oil in here. It was only about maybe 3 tablespoons. So I'll just coat that, and I'll continue to stir that. I want the carrots to be a little bit cooked, so they are cut very small anyway. What I don't want is when this is finished, especially because it looks exactly the same color as our red lentils, I don't want them to be suddenly crunchy, because the lentils are going to be cooked and be super soft and yummy. So I'll just continue to stir that for a bit. Now this soup is so nutritious, and it's a great way of getting your legumes in. Red lentils are so easy to make. I love them because they're even easier to make than normal green lentils. They soak beautifully as well overnight, and even if, worst case, you say, oh, I'm going to have lentils today, they will become softer much quicker than your green lentils. So it's also a great option for dry store goods. So I'm balancing that here now. Okay, now that that's stirred in for a little bit, you could leave that a bit longer, but I'm going to put it now because I want to show you all how to make this very quickly and easily. I've got our red lentils here, and I'm just going to throw that in. Now we're making about 4 cups of pre-soaked lentils. As I said, this is a great dish if you decide to make some legumes and beans on the day and you haven't pre-soaked them. Usually we do try and soak lots of beans, and our little hack is that we soak them overnight and then we freeze them. So we always have available. But if you haven't done that and you haven't soaked them from the night before, you can decide in the morning. And as I said, red lentils, they do become softer quicker. So these have only been soaked for about 4 hours. But ideally we would have soaked them for around 8. So this is about 4 cups of red lentils pre-soaked. Oh, I'm throwing that in. And I'm going to add, so you can see there's a little bit of water left anyway. Now I'm going to, once I've just stirred that in to get the flavour, dropping my herbs, I'm going to put in, this is 1000 ml, but I'm going to see if I even want all of this in. It depends how thick you want your soup, and if you want it more watery, more liquidy, or if you want it a little bit thicker and a bit more stew-like. Okay, I'm gonna add that in. Okay, I think that's about enough. So we're only adding 800 ml. And now into that, okay, I could have broken this up and put hot water and made my vegetable stock from before. I'm going to add 1 vegetable cube, so I'll just crumble that in and stir that inside. Very good. Okay. And we're using unsalted organic vegetable stock here. But and it does make a difference, so have it in mind. Whatever vegetable stock you're using, if there is if it's already quite salty, then you won't need to add in extra afterwards. But salt and pepper is always something that is to taste. So I'm just stirring that in nicely, as you can see. There we go. And now is the time I'm going to add my salt and pepper, and I'm also going to turn up the heat here. So I want to bring this to boil. So I'm turning that to full heat now, and I'm adding about half a tablespoon of Himalayan salt, and the same again, black pepper, about half a teaspoon. Sorry, I said tablespoon earlier, I meant teaspoon for both. There we go, and I'll just stir that in as that's being brought to boil. You can see all the colours here, it's beautiful. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of cumin powder. I've got a super small teaspoon in here to get to the thing. So I'll have 2 of those because this is small. And I'll stir that in as well. The smell is amazing, guys. Okay. And now that that's all the flavors have gone in nicely, I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then I'm going to cover it. So when it is brought to boil, I'm going to cover that with a lid. And I'm going to let it simmer. And I'm going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. It might even be that it needs slightly less, but I think it's nice to bring all the flavors together. And if you do see it getting too dense, feel free to add a little bit more water inside. You can judge that as you see it. So I'll show you when this is done. Okay, now that this has been simmering for about 20 minutes, you can see all the delicious flavors and colors have come together. Now this one is still quite watery, so I'm happy we didn't add 1000 ml into our 4 cups of pre-soaked lentils. So I mean, this was about 800, so that would mean for every cup, and I'm talking small cups, I'm not talking about mugs, for every cup you need about 200 ml of water. Now if you do want it more thicker and more stew-like, then you can put less. It's really up to you. But this is a good, nice soup. It's still got that watery flavor. And as I said before, with the mung bean soup, if you do watch that video, it's great with all of these legumes, all of these beans. When we make soups, you can have, if you make, this is not going to last until tomorrow, this amount. But if you make more than that, let's say in our house where there's a lot of people, if we made 8 cups of red lentils and we didn't finish it all, the next day it would have soaked up more of the liquid. Maybe we can drain some of the liquid out, and then we have it like a stew, and we could literally put that on our rice that we made earlier or any other grain. So you kind of have your 2 meals. So this now is ready. What I'm going to add is, this is coriander. So it's about a handful of chopped coriander, and I'm just going to put that in now right at the end, and then I'll just stir it for a minute. I'll let those leaves wilt, and you can, I didn't say, before I took the lid off, I did quickly have a quick taste to see if it was all done, if the carrots felt soft enough, if the lentils were good, and it's perfect. So do always test it out first and see if you like the flavor. Maybe you want to add a bit more salt, a bit more pepper. For me now, everything that we've put in here so far is perfect. So I'm stirring that in, and there you go. We have one beautiful ready red lentil soup that is ready for everyone to enjoy, and so easy to make. So this is one of the easiest soups. I do hope you enjoy this. It's also nutritious and good for everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in today. Do please subscribe. Leave your comments down below, and I will get back to you personally on them all. And if you do like this, share it around with your friends as well. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching Cook Vegan.